Yeah, he is muted. Yeah, Ajay, hello.
Hi.
Hello, Ajay, hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Good.
Vikas is not there.
Munmi,
Vandana.
start. Munmi.
Sorry?
Angelina.
Please start.
Last time नहीं था. अटल. उसके पहले. सुमन. तू भी नहीं थी. मेरी सखी मेरी सहेली कॉन्सेप्ट.
Sangeeta, are you in
Pooja is not
college?
there. Swabhika will not come. Swabhika is not there. Pooja will. Nandini.
Hello, Ajay Monga, sir. Good morning to you.
Morning, Ruthi. How are you?
All right, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So
Lovely.
you guys are
Looking
you're
forward.
all at one place, or you're all at your own places?
No,
I
we
mean,
are
Well,
all
we
in
live in a
different
digital
places, but in the
world.
college.
you're in the college, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I keep getting these messages of people entering the waiting room and all that. I mean, can this be disabled?
Because,
So you just ignore it. Others will be.
no, this without making him co-host, we can't unmute.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Actually, you can't unmute me otherwise, okay.
Yeah.
So I have to keep admitting everyone right away, yeah.
No,
No,
don't
you don't
worry
have to
about that.
admit, that is
But then it keeps coming up, so I mean, I just
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Munmi, you start.
Yeah. Titiksha, please begin. Yeah. Titiksha.
Yes, ma'am. Free speech is meant to protect unpopular speech. Popular speech, by definition, needs no protection. Neil Broads. And similarly, a college magazine is the voice of students and its professors expressed in terms of articles, essays, poems, and other forms of literature. A magazine plays an important role in an academic life of every student as it provides with an opportunity to enhance our qualities and help us learn and gain experiences by the means of same. With that said, good morning everyone to this magnificently glorious day. We have gathered here on this illustrious day to celebrate the release of our college magazine. I, Titiksha Chawathe, on behalf of my team, would like to present a gracious welcome to our esteemed principal, Dr. Neelam Arora, Honorable Vice Principal, Professor Vidya Bhide, revered Vice Principal of Finance Courses, Dr. Arun Pujari, venerated Vice Principal of Junior College, Professor Shubhda Shardul, respected Chief Librarian, Dr. Jaidev Kadli, our Honorable Convener, Dr. Munmi Barua, and our revered co-convener, Dr. Divya Nikam, and our amazing student body. Last but not least, I am extremely privileged to welcome our chief guest for the event, Mr. Ajay Monga. I would request our principal, Dr. Neelam Arora ma'am, to speak a few words.
Yeah, hello, good morning all the students and the staff, and of course Ajay. Glad to have you here for releasing our magazine. So let me just tell you, this magazine contains all the activities done by the students and staff throughout the years, the prizes they have won, the information about activities, and so many programs we do throughout the year. Last 2 years, due to pandemic, we've been having an online magazine, and therefore it's a great privilege to have all these students work so hard and put in these articles for our magazine. So the committee has worked hard, and now finally our magazine is here, and none other than Ajay Monga to release it, who's a prolific, passionate writer. So he is writer by choice, by his passion, by his very soul and heart. He is into all these writings. I'm sure Ajay has got to share with us. Welcome Ajay to our program, and thank you.
thank you for the nice warm words. So do I have to now speak, or is there anyone else?
They'll introduce you, then you speak. Yeah.
Okay.
Just Munmi, please.
Thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am, for your words. I would like to invite our convener, Dr. Munmi Barua, ma'am, to speak a few words about our chief guest for the event. Over to you,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thank you, Titiksha. Thank you so much. Mr. Ajay Monga Today's chief guest is an Indian scriptwriter and film director. He was born in 1968 in Mumbai. He is an alumni of St. Anne's High School and Junior College. He has written films like Corporate, in which Bipasa Basu and K.K. Menon acted, and Passion of Priyanka Chopra and Kangana Ranaut fame. Both the films were directed by Madhur Bhandarkar. He has also written a supernatural thriller called Flat that was released in 2010. He has even authored a book called Skin Deep. He was also nominated for the Best Screenplay. The recent web series on an examination scam titled The Whistleblower has been scripted by Ajay Monga and directed by Manoj Pillai that cast Ravi Kishan, Sonali Kulkarni and others. Having said this, with this very short introduction, I would now request Chief Guest Ajay Monga sir to enlighten our students on his field of expertise. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your kind words. I would like to just take you through the journey that I went through. It was never by design that I took up writing as such. I mean, I was very keen on the creative field, but it was actually more by, I would say, some matter of coincidences and accidents that I ended up becoming a script writer. Actually, I had started out with theater in 1990 with a group called Ekjut, which is even now pretty active. We used to perform at Prithvi. We used to do a lot of plays, and I would love the experience of kind of performing in front of the people. And of course, we would do a lot of backstage work in which we would get to know so much about how these productions are designed, as in how we kind of understand each character and we kind of give a certain look, certain costume to the character. We design the place, the entire location, which was supposed to be portrayed on the stage. And the biggest experience that I got over there was the immediate validation of the audience. The audience would respond right away. Like, I would get so many almost standing ovations for certain scenes that I would enact over there, and it was something which we really enjoyed, and it kind of became almost like an addiction till someone in Prithvi Theatre, I mean, one of the producer director team, they actually spotted me, they met me. A lot of happened after that, and then I took up a job in a company called Ad Labs as a creative director. But then somehow I was always trying to be a director, I mean, to direct films and stuff. But I got a call from a friend of mine, Madhur Bhandarkar, and he offered me a film to write. And I said, okay, till the time I really start, kind of independently directing or something, I will maybe write a couple of films. But the moment I took up writing, I mean, everyone started branding me a writer. And even today, if you go on Truecaller, I mean, you'll find Ajay Monga writer written. And it is something which now I have to keep the tag with me. And of course, I am writing a lot currently. I mean, I'm in the web series space, which has again opened up a lot of vistas for creative people. So it's been a journey which, as I said, has been purely accidental. But honestly, you have to, as a student of cinema, I mean, you will have to kind of let the forces around you decide what you are really good at. Because you might think, yeah, you are good at something, but the forces around you, they will actually spot the best part of you, what you excel at, and they will perhaps, kind of employ you in that particular stream in the industry. So if there are people who are keen on, cutting out some kind of a career in this industry, I would very strongly suggest that learn to just be around, keep doing whatever you can best, because some people decide that they want to be actors. Okay, so they want to face the camera and, kind of do things. So you have to kind of keep working on your craft as much as possible. But also at the same time, you must learn about the other departments of filmmaking, the uh, the entire process actually has to be something which has to be a part of you, so that you can be a better actor as well. Or if you want to be a writer or an editor or a cinematographer, I mean, you will have to actually just be and and I think imbibe as much as you can from the surroundings, so that you can give a lot more. So that is something which I would like to kind of put across. And as far as this magazine is concerned, I mean, of your college, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for the college and the students to find, a kind of, it is a platform for the students to actually find a few good qualities about themselves. And I think it's a great uh, uh, process which we are all a part of. Because when I was in college, I used to be like not I used to be a little ignorant about the kind of good that these things can do. But now that I'm out of it, I can see, okay, these are things which actually are the development years of a student. And the college also basically facilitates a beautiful platform for them. So I guess, uh, all in all, I mean, we are in the process of trying to kind of discover ourselves as we kind of progress on our path. So be it students or be it uh, the professors in college as well, I mean, you keep learning a new way to kind of put things across, to get things out of students. And I guess the whole process is something which we must enjoy, whatever the result be. So, I mean, my talk has been a little too general. I mean, don't have any specific
Ajay,
things.
can you specifically tell the students in case they want to follow a career in writing or
Okay.
in any of these creative apps, exactly what they have to do? If you can give them some guideline, do they need to do a course? Do they need to, pursue some workshops? So how there are many, especially we have a course called BMM. Now
All,
BMM is a very creative course. So,
what's
but
the full
students
form of
get
the course?
lost somewhere out. They don't know how to go about becoming what they want to become.
Which is
So,
that
with
course you
your
were just in?
experience, BMM, Bachelor in Mass Media. So,
Okay,
some
okay,
want to
mass
be
media.
photographers, some want to be writers, some want to be directors, but they get lost somewhere and don't find their path.
Okay, to uh, put it across in a very simple manner, writing is perhaps the easiest and the toughest thing to do. The easiest because you can just pick up a pen and paper, or just pick up your laptop and start kind of uh, uh, typing out something or writing out something that you want to express, and it is tough because when you actually go out to sell what you have written, or you try to kind of monetize it, you realize that your writing definitely needs a lot more of finesse. It needs it you need to kind of hone the skills, the craft a lot more to be able to monetize it. But writing as uh, uh, in itself is, I think, the most gratifying thing a person can indulge in. I mean, it is something which is purely expressing yourself to either someone else or to your own self, and you really discover so much, because it is straight from the subconscious that you basically start writing. If you sit in front of a computer screen and you just start writing something, I mean, you will find that you're writing stuff which perhaps you just never thought about, because your hands start just moving and you start coming out with stuff which somewhere has got deeply inscribed in your subconscious mind. So you need to just be kind of expressing yourself in the best possible manner, and you will find that, okay, you have a writer in you. All of us have a writer in them. I mean, each one of us has a writer in us. It's only that to become a commercial writer, yeah, one has to kind of go through a few things uh, which will make them understand the craft a little better. Of course, you have to have a little bit of basic talent to be able to kind of write. For that, I would say the most important input is reading will enhance your writing skills to a next level. I mean, to a level where you also can't imagine. Because while reading, you tend to visualize, imagine a lot. And that gives you thoughts, that gives your mind the kind of tangent or tangible kind of ideas which you can actually bring out when you're writing. So it's, I would say, one is reading, second is interacting and observation. Interacting, as much as you interact with people, you can understand their life stories, you can understand whatever their life process has been, and you start kind of finding a third dimension to your own existence, because whatever you have experiences, of course, is something which is going to make you a very rich person in terms of your own life first-hand experiences or the wisdom that you've acquired. But when you actually start interacting with people, you start seeing characters, you start seeing situations that they have come in. Okay, and then you start if you start perhaps bringing that out in your writing, then it becomes a somewhat more inclusive writing. And of course, when you kind of develop subjects which are much bigger, as in, like, you kind of, like this show that I have written, which is starting to air on Sony Live tomorrow, is based on some real incidents which happened in Madhya Pradesh. Actually, it was a scam which happened over there, and I had to research a lot. I had to interact with maybe more than 100 people to get the entire world right. The world, I mean, the world in which this entire scam happened. It was something which was so enlightening for me, because I really didn't know anything about that scam before I started work on that. Of course, I'd read about it, I'd heard in the news, but then when I started interacting with people, I understood what they went through, and then I started making my notes, and then I created a story. I started creating characters. Of course, we had to fictionalize the entire thing because there's a lot of political controversy along it, which we cannot bring it out openly, because there will be a lot of claims and counterclaims which can happen. So we had to fictionalize the entire thing and yet keep that that scam alive in the story. So it was an experience which I kind of just brought out, and which I feel every writer, if he wants to kind of really get serious about this field of writing, of this as a career, I mean, he should start really reading a lot, as I said, interacting and observing a lot, and trying to bring whatever he has read or observed out in his stories in a very methodical manner. If he can do that, I mean, it will be a good start. And then, of course, working on projects with people or just on your own will give them the actual idea of how to create a world and how to create a show around that world, which finally gets some commercial recognition, and you do get acceptance.
Yes, Ajay. Thank you. That was really nice. All the best for your web series, which is releasing tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, Munmi, you can continue further.
Thank
Yeah,
you, sir,
time
for
for
your.
e-release. Titiksha, please
Yes,
proceed.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I request the chief guest, Mr. Ajay Monga, to give us his permission to release our magazine over this virtual platform.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yep.
Vivek, please take over. I would now request our co-convener, Dr. Divya Nigam, to present a vote of thanks on behalf of our team. Over to you,
Okay.
Divya ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Titiksha. Am I audible to all? Let me know, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It is my privilege to propose the formal vote of thanks and acknowledge the graceful presence of such an eminent, creative, and knowledgeable guest on this occasion of the college magazine release for the academic session 2021. Sir, indeed, after hearing your address, we realized just that no one other than you could have been the best and the most appropriate person as a guest for this occasion. We release the magazine every year as a part of our academic co-curriculum. However, releasing it, in the presence of renowned and talented creative person like you makes this year's magazine release occasion so special. On behalf of college management, Principal Dr. Neelam Arora, Vice Principal of the aided section, Madam Vidya Bide, Vice Principal of the self-finance courses, Dr. Arun Pujari, Vice Principal of Junior College section, Madam Sulabha Ore, Additional Vice Principals of the aided section, Dr. Mona Bandkar and Dr. Purnima Sharma, I, Dr. Divya Nigam, extend my deepest gratitude to you for having given us your valuable time and amazing and motivating address, especially your journey to what you are now, sir. This was indeed very motivating and very inspiring to all of us. Thank you so much, sir. Next, I proceed to thank the management of the college, our principal, Dr. Neelam Arora, for always being with us behind our backs to guide us in conducting every event and successfully. Vice Principal of the aided section, Madam Vidya Bide, our additional Vice Principals, the Vice Principal of Self-Finance Courses, Dr. Arun Pujari, Vice Principal of Junior College section, Madam Sulabha Ore. Thank you all so much for your gracious presence and cooperation. My entire teaching staff of both aided and unaided section, non-teaching staff, for having provided us with all the necessary support and ensuring that the magazine release was very smooth. Thank you all so much. And last but not the least, all the student members of the magazine committee, who are actually the pillars of this committee, deserve my bottom for gratitude. Thank you, all of you, for putting in so much of effort across the year, around the year, working with us in coordination and making this magazine release function of today successful and smooth. Thank you once again, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Divya.
Thank you, Divya.
Now I request all those who are present over this virtual platform to keep their video on for a group photograph. Our IT team will do the needful. Yes, Titiksha, Vivek and the team, please take care.
Munmi. Hello, Munmi. May I come in, please, for a moment? Hello, Munmi. Hello, Munmi.
Yeah, Sangeeta, what do you want to say?
Ma'am, we have
You're
some
audible.
of our BMM students logged in, and they would request our guest, Ajay Monga sir, to answer some of their queries. Is it possible?
Ajay has already left.
Ajay's already left. Okay, he's left. All right. I'm sure some other time. Thank you.
He just left a minute ago. Yeah.
Vishakha ma'am, hello. Vishakha ma'am.
Vivek, is it done?
No ma'am.
Okay,
Vishakha
okay.
ma'am, I want your help.
Yes, Vivek, what happened?
मैम यहाँ से फोटो नहीं निकाला जा रहा, तो क्या आप लोगे स्नैपशॉट?
Okay, I will take snapshots. I'll do that.
Okay ma'am.
Give me a minute. Done, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Vishakha. Thank you all.
Vishakha. Thank you.
I
So
think we
Muni,
can
you
end this
can
meeting now.
mail the soft
Ma'am's
copy
permission?
to everyone.
Ma'am, can we end now?
Yeah.
Ma'am, can we end meeting?
Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think I was asking principal ma'am, but never mind. I think we can end this. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.